Hey everybody, thank you for joining me today. Today we're going to take a look at where my home arcade is at the end of the year. I have sold some cabinets this year. I've got one new cabinet here, the Geo MVSX from Unico, and I did a whole review on this and I was going to post it yesterday. However, when I was editing the video, I discovered that some of the volume is really low on some of the video. I also discovered that when I was recording gameplay of all the games, I had the camera at this angle. This is not a good angle for this screen. You couldn't really see it. So I have to re-record that head on, looking straight at the screen so you can get a really good look at the screen. So the monitor isn't perfect, but it's a great cabinet. I do love it. 50 games on it. And we'll go over that in another video. But that's the only new thing recently. And we are going to touch on that. So I'm just going to go around the room, talk about what's new in the room, not just the cabinets, but also some of the new art that I've put up this year, as I have tried to expand on that. But some of the things I've sold this year, I've sold Star Wars, I sold the Time Crisis cabinet, I sold the Street Fighter cabinet, I sold my Mortal Kombat cabinet, I think, earlier this year. I think those are the only 4 I sold this year. Now, the Street Fighter I sold because I am getting the iconic arcade Street Fighter, which was supposed to come out this month. Because it did not come out this month in December, that's why I went ahead and got the MVSX, but I was going to get it next year. But I got it now since I wasn't going to be getting the Street Fighter this month. And then the Star Wars was one that I went back and forth on if I was going to part with it, but I am more interested in getting an XL version of that. I'm hoping that that's what Basic Fun is going to give us later on in 2026 with a XL size of Star Wars, since they did their Return of the Jedi. And so we'll see if that happens. But if it doesn't, I'm fine with that. Eventually, I'll have something. If I don't have that, maybe I'll just get the regular Return of the Jedi from Basic Fun. So we'll take a look here at everything I have in here right now, and I'll talk a little bit about what to expect possibly in 2026. And plans may change because new things might be revealed earlier in the year or later on in the year, and new things might come out. So we'll see what happens. But thank you for joining me today, and let's go ahead and take a look at everything. Now, this is where Time Crisis was, and it is no longer there. Moving directly over, we see the X-Men cabinet is still here. I do love this cabinet. I still play it online fairly often, and so it's definitely staying for now unless a bigger, better version is offered at some point. There are some things that might change with this cabinet. One thing that I might do is I might get one of the G.I. Joe risers for this cabinet to raise it up higher, much like the Golden Axe G.I. Joe riser that I reviewed earlier this month, or it might have been in November. And then I also might go ahead and replace this marquee with a better one, but we'll see if I make any of those modifications. They would just be modifications here to the outside of the cabinet if I do anything to it. I don't know if I'll add any coin door lights. I probably wouldn't do that, but I might do those things. Now, above that, I do now have this Dazzler picture that I got at DragonCon, so that's a new piece of art on the wall this year. I've also put up some wall scrolls here from some SNK games that I've had for years. I haven't been doing anything with them, and since I was getting the MVSX either this year or next year, I did want to go ahead and put some SNK stuff up in here. I thought it fit the theme of the room with the arcade stuff. So this is the KOF 97. Then we have the Fatal Fury. I think this was Fatal Fury 3 artwork of Terry. This is just a bunch of the girls from King of Fighters. And then as we move around, we come over to the Golden Axe section. Now, I do have a Masters of the Universe Eternia poster up here. It came with the Eternia that Mattel put out most recently. And so I've put that up here. It kind of fits the fantasy theme over here with Golden Axe. It's the only piece of artwork here, though, that's not really arcade related, I believe. Coming down from that, we have the Golden Axe cabinet itself. As I said, I did add the G.I. Joe riser to it. Right now, the MVSX box is in front of it. I will plan to move that at some point, just so there's room to get in front of the cabinet to actually play it. But I just have to find a place for that box. I'll be doing that as well. once I do get this place cleaned up, I will do a video on everything once I have everything situated like I want it. But in addition to that, I definitely here would like to get some coin doors on the Golden Axe, and I also would like to put a better marquee on Golden Axe as well. So those are two things that might happen this year. We'll see. I don't want to put holes in this, so if I do that, I'm gonna have to get a new piece to go there to put the coin doors on. So we'll see if that happens. Moving on, our MVSX here. Now on top of the MVSX, I have my Terry Bogard amiibo, and I have the Kenso that I got in Japan at the Neo Geo store in November. And above the cabinet, I have hung up my Terry Bogard vest that I put together for my cosplay years ago. I'm probably going to do something different in the future and make a new one. So this one's just going to hang here for now. I think it's a good decoration there above the cabinet. Here at the MVSX, I've got King of Fighters 99 on. And as we come down, you can just see it's a great cab. I really do like it a lot. I like the height it's at with the riser. The only thing I could think of that I would like to do to this is if I could get an inline riser for this so that I don't have this poking out on the outside like the other risers do. For like this and X-Men, I'd like everything to look inline. I don't know if G.I. Joel has one for the MVSX, but I'm sure he could make one. I don't know if he takes requests on those, but I might check with him and see what that would cost if he doesn't offer one already, if he's interested in making one of those. But I have to go take a look at his website and see what he has available. But the MVSX looks great. I do enjoy playing it. And I don't have any trouble with the monitor because I'm not ever looking at it from the side. But yeah, I'll do a full in-depth review. I've just got to re-record the whole thing, which I hate because it is a lot of footage, but that happens sometimes. But I've been playing it a lot because it's the newest edition here. I do want to say just about Golden Axe. This one is like X-Men, not going anywhere unless they make a bigger, better version. I can't imagine getting rid of Revenge of Death Adder. It's one of my favorite arcade games of all time. The other games on there I could play somewhere else easily, but Revenge of Death Adder is not really easy to play. Other places it doesn't even emulate well. So the fact that I have a really good version of it to play here with 4 people makes it a keeper. Moving on, this is empty space that was occupied by Street Fighter and by Mortal Kombat. So this is where the iconic Street Fighter is going to go once I have it. I'm going to have to find a place to put Eternia. This is only a section of Eternia. It's such a huge playset. I really don't know where to put it, but I will find somewhere for it. This is where Street Fighter is going to go in the future. We have a Frogger sign that's up on the wall. I do not have any Frogger cabinet, but we do have a sign for Frogger. I do want to put more arcade artwork on the wall as well, so we'll see what else I get throughout this year. Coming across, we have the Pac-Man sign right above the Pac-Man cabinet. We've got some Pac-Man toys on top of the cabinet, and those have been up here for a while. I love this cabinet. I do want to get the XL. If I get the XL, I know where this one's going. I'm not selling it, but I'm going to give it to somebody. But right now, I don't have the XL. If they do another XL, or if they do a Miss Pac-Man XL, then this is probably going to go. But for now, it's great. It's a really great cabinet. The only thing that could make it better is that if it was bigger. And so, has a lot of my favorite games. I play Galaga on here the most. After Pac-Man, we have this artwork that I had above my Star Wars cabinet. I've had this for quite a while too. I got it from an artist at Dragon Con years ago. And so that was above Star Wars. It will be above whatever replaces Star Wars when I get a new cabinet of some kind for Star Wars. So that'll stay on the wall. Now underneath that right now is the pinball machine project. If you've watched my videos on that, I am working on fixing my dad's pinball machine. But as of right now, I am kind of stuck for the moment. I've got the parts still to put on. I need to take these off. I need to replace pieces. I need to take these off, replace stuff, springs and things. I've got to fix the flippers so they work independently. I got to put whole new, I don't even know what word I'm looking for, whole new stuff in there for the flippers to work. There's some kind of breaker I'm missing on the back of this. My dad actually sent me a picture a week or two ago of the breaker thing that he found. He told me he had taken it off. I believe it controls, I don't think the ball return. It may control the ball return because I think there was an issue with the ball return. Anyway, there's a lot to fix on it, and I don't have as much knowledge on that stuff. So I'm kind of learning as I go with this, and so it's kind of been stuck. But my next step is putting the legs on here. I've been trying to find the right screws or the right bolts for that. And as soon as I know exactly what kind of bolt I need for this machine, I will be doing that. Research has kind of got me at a standstill. I did buy this screw to test out from Lowe's, and it looks like it fits, but I don't know if it might be slightly too big. It starts to turn, but I don't feel like it's going to turn all the way in easy. So I don't really know what I'm doing with that. So there are some people online on YouTube who have done refurbishments or fixing of this style table, and I might just shoot them a message and ask them, you know, what are the size of the bolts for the legs. Once I get that information, I'm going to put the legs on. That way I can finally get this table and move it and get rid of it. And then I'll have the pinball here on its legs, and I'll keep working on it from there. Still have to clean it. So there's a lot of stuff going on with that. But if I do get this working next year, you'll be the first to hear about it. I'll definitely make a video and share that. Definitely want to be able to show that off. I'm excited to see if that works. So that's where we stand. That's all the cabinets I have in here. Like I said, we're planning Street Fighter. Street Fighter should be here next year for sure. I mean, I've already pre-ordered it. I'm getting the Alpha 2 version, so that's going to go right here. What else can you expect going into 2026? Well, I already mentioned Star Wars, so as soon as Basic Fun announces a XL Star Wars, which I'm hoping they're going to announce a big Star Wars, then that's coming in here. I think it might go here, or, well, yeah, I don't want to put the pinball here, so it's going to go here for sure. Possibly it could go back in its old space, but in order to do that, I'm going to have to find another place for the pinball machine. I don't know if it could go in this like corner. Other than that, I don't know of any cabinets off the top of my head I'm planning to get next year. It was going to be this, but I already have it. So we'll just have to see what the future holds. Now, I'm possibly interested in the Double Dragon, depending on what games they put on it, if Iconic does release it. Right now, there's no actual information on if we're going to be getting a pre-order for that Double Dragon. I think it's going to happen, but we'll see. Other stuff, I've been interested in some other stuff from Unico, but I just haven't pulled the trigger on it yet. Their Nova Blast I do like, but I don't have the room for it right now. If I have a larger space in the future, which also might be happening next year, then I will look into that. But as of right now, that's not on the table. But I think that is pretty much going to do it. After January and CES, I'll have a better idea. Hopefully we'll get some announcements, and I'll know some other things that I'm planning to add to this arcade. Thank you so much for joining me today. Before I go, hope you noticed my shirt. This is from Osaka when we were in Japan in November. We went to the Royal Game Center. I went there on my last trip to Japan as well, which was 2 years ago. This was the second time we went. And so we had a great time. This is, I don't know if I would want to say it's my favorite arcade, because there's so many great arcades. It's hard to say that, but it's definitely one of my favorite arcades in Japan. And it's definitely one that I plan to visit on any future visits to Japan as well. I'd like to spend even more time there next time I go. I got to play some great games there. In fact, I recorded stuff there, so I will be posting that video. I don't remember them selling shirts last time I was there. I think this was the first time I saw the shirt, so I was really glad they had it. And it was something I wasn't planning to buy while I was there, but as soon as I saw it, I had to have it. So this is a really great shirt. If you are ever in Japan, I do recommend, if you're in Osaka, go to the Royal Game Center. It's a really great arcade to check out there, as well as some other arcades that I'll be posting about in the upcoming month. I plan to get those other arcade videos out. There were some really great ones I went to. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you are excited about home arcade in the future. I think despite some of the negativity and downfall and things that have happened over the past year or two, I think we're heading into a good place next year, and hopefully for years to come, with other companies and other new people making arcade products for home arcade enthusiasts. Thank you again so much for watching. I appreciate you. Please give me a thumbs up, like the video. If you don't like it, give me a thumbs down. But leave a comment. Let me know what your favorite home arcade is. Let me know what your favorite arcade cabinet in my arcade is. Let me know what you're looking forward to coming up in 2026. New year, I'm excited about it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'll catch you next year in the next one.